Today I want to talk about finding Ezra and the weirdest thing about the Ahsoka Tano series, if it is indeed the search for Ezra Bridger. And certainly the evidence is mounting that this is the case. Dave Filoni has hinted that chapter 13 of The Mandalorian, while that happens before the Rebels epilogue, meaning that Ahsoka Tano hasn't actually gone to pick up Sabine and start the search for Ezra. Also recently, the Kessel Run guys Corey and Noah have both suggested that the Star Wars Rebels sequel is being adapted to the Ahsoka Tano series, and therefore we will see a live-action Ahsoka and Sabine looking for Ezra Bridger in Ahsoka's upcoming series. But you know what the weirdest thing about the Ahsoka Tano series being the search for Ezra Bridger? Well, it's that Ahsoka and Sabine have waited 9 to 10 years to actually set out in search for Ezra. Remember, Ezra disappeared before the beginning of the Galactic Civil War, which took 4 years to resolve, and then The Mandalorian actually takes place 5 years after the Return of the Jedi or the end of the Galactic Civil War. So if the Kessel Run transmission rumors are true and Dave Filoni's hints are on point, well then Ahsoka and Sabine, they've waited around 10 years to set out on their search for Ezra Bridger. Which of course brings us to a big question that Dave Filoni is going to have to answer in this series. Why exactly did Sabine and Ahsoka wait so long? And knowing Dave Filoni, he's already cooked up a really good reason why Ahsoka and Sabine have waited around 10 years to actually find their friend. But the most amazing part of this is I believe in the Ahsoka episode chapter 13 of The Mandalorian season 2, I believe Dave Filoni already hints at why they've waited so long. Remember at the end of the episode, Ahsoka refuses to train Grogu and she tells Din Djarin to take him to the planet Tython and to sit him on the Seeing Stone. Once there, Grogu may be able to contact a Jedi. Now of course we know how that all plays out, but have you ever thought about why Ahsoka knows about the Seeing Stone on Tython? And it could be that most of the Clone Wars era Jedi, they knew about the Seeing Stone on Tython but didn't have any need for it. But what I think makes for a better story is that Ahsoka actually had to track Tython down, that the temple and the Seeing Stone, it had been lost, and after generations and generations the Jedi had forgotten about it. The fact that Ahsoka had to take time to find this Seeing Stone would no doubt account for some of those 10 years that her and Sabine didn't set out to find Ezra. But getting back on point here, it makes a lot of sense that Ahsoka would have reached out using the Seeing Stone to try and contact Ezra Bridger. In fact, I think we could even see a scene like that at the very beginning of the Ahsoka Tano series. But that said, it's pretty difficult to understand exactly how the stone works, and if Ahsoka would have been able to have any sort of communication with Ezra. I mean, all the evidence we have is in The Mandalorian season 2, and obviously there was some sort of connection created through the stone between Luke Skywalker and little Grogu. A strong enough connection to allow Luke Skywalker to track down Grogu, not at the Seeing Stone like many of us predicted, but just somewhere in the known galaxy. So it would make sense that if Ahsoka reached out through the Force at the Seeing Stone, she may actually be able to contact Ezra Bridger. However, it also makes sense that Ezra Bridger took Thrawn far, far away from the actual known galaxy, so Ahsoka using this ability probably isn't going to be able to make some sort of connection with Ezra on the same scale that Luke and Grogu made during their communication. But I think there's definitely some interesting things that could have happened when Ahsoka reached out trying to find Ezra on that Seeing Stone. The first of which is that Ahsoka could have sent out a signal to Ezra stating that Ahsoka and Sabine will be looking for him. But even that would be a little weird because Filoni has confirmed to all of us, the fans, that Ezra is alive, but Ahsoka and Sabine, they simply don't know. So I really like the idea that through the power of the Seeing Stone, Ahsoka is able to reach out through the Force and confirm that Ezra is alive. And I know many folks are probably saying that's impossible with Ezra Bridger being so far away, but remember, Ahsoka is a powerful Jedi, and her and Ezra have fought together, and while they don't have a master and Padawan relationship, they certainly have a bond of friendship. And so I also like to think that that bond, that friendship between Ahsoka and Ezra just might have allowed them to have some sort of simple conversation. I mean, what if Ahsoka Tano was able to sense from Ezra Bridger that he's being imprisoned by Thrawn? That after the hyperspace jump, Grand Admiral Thrawn was able to apprehend Ezra Bridger and imprison him. And of course, this is why Ahsoka Ahsoka Tano, she is trying to track down Grand Admiral Thrawn, because of course if she can find Thrawn, then she can find Ezra Bridger. But hey Star Wars fans, let me know in the comments below, why do you think Ahsoka and Sabine have waited so long to track down Ezra? As always, I'm Mike, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.